Dan here, GD Speed Shop. I'm really starting to fall in love with this car. I hate the bodywork. I've been hating it since day one, but you know when you get a car and it looks cool, you rip it all apart, you're like, oh, and you tack on a quarter panel and you have that like first, like that's like 75% of the fun. This is like, I don't know, we went from 75 to 90. Now that we can't see all the seams and it kind of looks like a car, and you know, next video or two being all one color front to back will really change the look. Kind of looks like it just has a vinyl top or something. But the last couple of videos, we've done a pile of mud work, more than I would have liked on the hood, but such is life. Back here came out really good. That's pretty minimal amount of filler for a quarter panel replacement as far as I'm concerned. The deck lid was meh. If you found a good use one, you could always change that. Quarters came out pretty decent. And then we did the tail pan in the last video with Danielle's help, but it came out pretty good. Honestly, I can't really complain. Now, the things on the ground, we're gonna have to start taking it down one more level, because in this video, we're prepping for paint. So that's 3, maybe 4 videos of bodywork for paint. That's pretty much what you know, Chip Foose and you know, Can Dig It does. But around here, we good enough. So I want to make sure I go through and just double check. You know, in here, we got everything good, you know, welds front and back and underneath, that's all taken care of. We have a minor amount of body work to do on the lower rockers. I didn't finish that, so I just got to scuff that up. But the reason it's on the ground, I think I'm just going to do something different. I know I don't work in the order maybe a lot of you guys would like to see, or that a professional shop would, but for me it has to be interesting or else it's hard to be out here. So I'm going to do something totally different. We haven't touched the roof yet, and I think I'd like to start there. We're going to scuff this up. So this is the, I believe, original paint, and it's got some sort of pink, probably primer under it, and then a little bit of rust below it. So I think I can just kind of float this out and make it smooth. Should be really easy. Let the sander do a bunch of the work. I won't have a whole lot of issues. I also want to take this trim off. I might do that right away. Do that. We'll finish up the hood, give it a quick scuff sand so it's basically ready for paint, because this has to come off, and I'm going to put it on a stand because we have to get back here and get to the wipers, get to this little grill, you know, the vent, get that sand in and obviously painted. So the hood will have to be off for that to happen, and then I can mask all whatever I want inside. A bit of a hassle. I don't know if I have an old hood I can just slap on it, because that'd be easy to kind of keep the paint away from the chassis, which I painted up nicely, but whatever, such is life. It's never really going to end. I want to make sure everything's kind of, you know, a little bit more assembled than it is, just so it holds. Really, we're going to paint this all together, and then it's all going to come apart. I want to take the whole front clip off, so it'll be much easier to put the motor and transmission in. But that being said, we'll probably leave it together as a car until we get the motor and transmission together. I have all the parts. They're literally staring at me every day. It's what's keeping me motivated. If it wasn't for the fun motor parts and the engine and transmission sitting at John and Cecil's, I gotta say, I don't think I'd be too motivated on this, but I am stoked, because once this thing is one color and it looks like a car, when you put the glass in and stuff like that, it'd be like a runner in the matter of like a week or 2 at the most. I'm feeling pretty motivated again, and then it's like interior, but who cares about interior? If you're watching GD Speed Shop, you understand I don't give a shit about interior. 2 seats, some sort of carpet, and a shifter through the floor. That's the ticket. Okay, let's get after it, and I guess we'll start sanding on the roof. Sounds like a fun time. Okay, so we got these kind of blisters in the paint, which is not the end of the world. I'm gonna try and get away. I think I got 220 on the pad. I gotta say, this big 8-inch DA, this is just like, IR, but I got it off Amazon, I'm telling you, whatever works. It knocks the filler off like crazy. So I'm hoping I can get through this and it won't plug up the paper too bad, and it'll just be nice, easy surface. I can kind of spot prime, and then we can, you know, scuff it with some 300 or 400, whatever I kind of got lying around. Then it'll be ready for paint. So let's get suited up. I'll put my mask on and make sure the compressor cranked. Yep. Get after it. You'll probably see me immediately change sandpaper, because I got some rough stuff just in case. sanding. Hold it back. So I tried taking the roof down, but there's so many little pits and stuff like that. I just decided to bring it down kind of the primer. It's actually pretty good. I think I have some rust converter. But what we're gonna do now, are you trying to hold your breath? I'm just gonna hit, you can see where I flattened it out, but where it's still blue, those are little dints. So instead of fixing those dints, we're gonna body fill them. Because that's what body filler is for. So we're just gonna do that right quick. And while that's setting up, I think we'll pull the trim out of the windshield. And then I wanna do the hood. We'll get the hood dialed right quick. And then Danny's around today, so we can pull the hood off. You know, Murr, gonna replace him. I need to invent a hood disc remover, the one man, without mangling stuff. And then once the roof is done, we'll do the same thing to the trunk. Actually, I don't know what the trunk looks like. Is it bad? Well, it's not bad. I'll probably sand that out. I gotta take the emblem off, the one emblem that remains. And then I'd like to put some high build. I got just some high build out of a can. We'll hit that in a few spots.
Honestly, my technique is way better.
You want to do this?
No.
Then shit, just zip it. You know, I had the last video I saved you. I was just making it seem like you know what you were doing with Bodywork.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sure. So we're not doing a whole lot here. I'm just gonna kind of flatten her out wherever there's a blue spot, and we'll hit it right quick. I'm not, we're not going for precision here.
Right quick, not left quick.
Right quick. You know, I don't like Bodywork. Now you're in here giving me a hard time. The only weird part is the viewers are supporting me for some strange reason. Actually, these don't feel. You feel with your, no, you see with your hands or something like that. This one's not great. It's not bad. I'm shocked at how, there's a little divot there, how ratty this car was underneath, yet the roof was mint. I can't believe how little of a car we bought. Every time I look at it, I just think to myself, like, the top half of the firewall, the cowl, and then the roof and the deck lid are all staying. And the only reason the deck lid is staying is because the repop ones, I got two of them, were junk. So we're fixing the original one and part of the tail pan. Everything else is freaking new metal. Like, it's such a, and inside, like, oh my God, what a lot of work. We'll let that set up. Actually, you know what? Well, Danny's here. Let's just take the trim off right now. We'll do one cut. I got Murr's stolen tool here. It's like a jailhouse shiv he got. But. So the way this works, people were astounded by this on the last video, which I don't really understand. But all you do is get this in.
Get closer.
Get these little pins if you can. Oh, what the best way to do this is. Now that I have the camera girl out here, I can't just fast motion it. There we go, I got that one. I don't know, that's probably supposed to come off, but I don't think I'm going to. There we go. Come on, you bugger. Don't want to ruin this mint trim. So all you do is just kind of feed it around, and it all comes apart. So what we're doing is the trim has a little, this edge, you can see where the rust mark is, it has a little lip. It's just getting sandwiched in between these clips like that. So, but it has a little grab. So all we're doing is we're going on the outside with it, and we're popping it, just spring loaded. And these things kind of, most of the time they're all twisted and want to come apart anyways. So you go till it gets, you feel something, you wiggle it, there you go.
More wiggle.
Wiggling. Well, it's all full of, the problem is, this one must have had a windshield put in at some point. It's got a bunch of glue and crap like that in it from the urethane. There we go. And it just kind of pops out. I've said 18 times I got to call about a windshield. Oh, Lord. Are you allergic to Bodywork? Maybe one day I'll get allergic to Bodywork.
A little dusty.
It's a little dusty, yeah. That's why you gotta wear a mask. Safety. What's going on here? Struggling. Oh, this one's like glued. Oh, look at it. See, like, look at all the junk that gets caught in there sometimes. Whoever put this together was a friggin' amateur. Not gonna lie, I've been there, done this, and these clips break all the time. They're right in there.
Well, let's get in the shop.
Yeah, see, like, look at all this glue or butyl or whatever they call it. There we go, man. That one's missing a clip. Perfect. Okay. We'll store that somewhere we won't lose it. Where do I put the back ones? Hopefully they're in the car. Oh, they're in the car. Perfect. We'll store it all in the car. Oh yeah, I guess I probably should put that in the brand new body filler. You want to tape those all together so you know what's what.
Label.
Honestly, this is all going to be on here for a couple of days because I'm painting her tomorrow. Regardless of where it's at, it's getting paint. And then it'll look like a car, all black, all in color. Maybe we can put the glass in. I'm excited about that. Push this over the side, and we're going to go bug John and get that motor. Even though he's at World of Wheels with his hot rod, we're going to be like, we're priority. Put the motor and trans together, and it'll be like look so cool. Badass motor, tunnel ramp, oh no, high-rise intake, 4-speed right beside it's a car. Meant to be. Then, the more I've been thinking about it, I was like, oh, I'll take the whole front clip off. But really, if the hood's already off, if I just take the front cowl pieces off, that's the same. Then I've got to mess with the fenders. Okay, we'll let that set up, then we'll get back to sanding something, the hood maybe. I gotta find if I have any of that rust converter. That's the important stuff. All right, well, we got mostly everything kind of sanded out. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it looks good enough for who it's for. Now I got a little rust converter. I'm gonna spray just like it's flat, but you can see little speckles there. So we'll just kind of put that on there. It dries to like a paintable primer. So we'll do that. And then I'll probably put high build on it, or at least part of it, we'll see. So there's only just a little, like I'm just gonna dust on the back and a little section right here, right where the badge was. Otherwise, I don't think there's any real rust I gotta worry about. We'll hit that real quick, and then Danny's gonna come out. We're actually gonna take this hood off and put it in the other garage. I moved the car out. So we'll have it there because I'm gonna paint the hood separate, like I said. Well, that, instead of having to trip over it here, we'll just run it to the other garage, you know. I'm a big deal, I have 2 garages. But, so we'll do that. And then I'm gonna high build that, let that set up. And then, yeah, we'll let this kind of metal converter set up, let it, you know, take a break. I've had enough. And then really it's come back, start scuffing up the panels, whatever we're gonna do, and yeah, get it ready. Okay, ready for this hood come off? You know, I forgot I actually have to paint the firewall too. So I do have to take everything apart. Okay, so if you want to hold that, so I think what I'm going to do is just take the whole thing off, hinges and all. Just because it'll be easier than screwing around, you know? Organize that for later. Okay, you ready to hold it?
Yeah.
With all your might?
Wrong.
Here's something. Okay, just come down. Okay. So now we kind of pull it out. Okay. Ready to go? Gentle. Gentle.
Big step.
You closed all the doors. You had 6 jobs. Hang on. You wanna go full speed?
No.
You wanna just jump down?
No.
You're in sandals. Quit dropping the hood. We're trying to make it nice.
I'm not even dropping it.
It's on the ground.
Well, yeah.
It's touching.
Oh.
What are you gonna do when this is painted mint? Okay, so we got the hood over here. I got the high build out. It's a nice thing with high build. It goes on, it'll fill little pits and stuff like that. But honestly, it's just real easy to sand. It's almost like liquid body filler, but heat cranked in here. So we're just gonna kind of put it on there, give it a good, kind of a good surface to work off of. And then really this, I'll probably just round the edges. Kind of gives you an idea actually. So when it's going on wet, it doesn't look crazy lumpy. The main reason I actually wanted to do this, the body filler, you'll see after the first coat, the body filler really soaks up paint. And if you kind of just go to paint over it, which I mean, you're not supposed to obviously, but we've all done that, right? It will show very different, like it dries different, it just absorbs it, I guess, or something. I don't really know, but I just know it looks goofy. So a couple coats of primer should be good. Honestly, I put my mask in the other garage. Idiot. The car, I put that rust converter on, it's been probably about a half hour. It's basically ready to go, so I might just go ahead and start kind of coating over that. Then take a bit of a break while everything dries. Go over there, do a quick coat. By that time, this will be done ready for a second. That's probably good enough for what we're going to accomplish. The car will probably just get one. But yeah, there we go. Nice even coat. So you can kind of see the front here. Well, you can already see the body filler looks like it's already kind of dry. Does it show up on camera? Yeah. So we'll actually maybe just give the filler spots another hard coat right quick. Then we come back to it. We'll do a second coat in the whole unit. Yeah, there you go. High build primer. Canadian Tire had it of all places. I was shocked. Tried to go into Rondex, out of stock. Again, 2 times in a row. Didn't have fiberglass, they don't have high build body filler or primer. What the hell kind of body shop is that? Okay. Mint. Let's go take care of the car. Well, I did put a couple of coats. I actually just 1 coat on this, which is probably fine for now. You can still see it's bleeding through big time and all that. But this all has to be sanded. We got to get all the edges. There's be a lot of just ugly, boring stuff. We actually got some pinholes here, which we'll probably just leave. Such is life. But, I mean, it does look like a car and whatnot. So that's pretty good. And again, all this black stuff is just literally going to get scuffed. So from here forward is no big deal. In here, I don't know if it's worth pulling it out. Just, where does it end? Like when you're trying to do a quickie paint job, where does it end before you start realizing you've accomplished a whole bunch of work for no reason? Here I did put 2 coats on, and you can see just a little bit of bleed through right there, but overall it's way better. So this is kind of ready to go. It's got some sanding marks, but I think I might, like I'm literally just going to take a scuff pad I have in the box there. We'll scuff it up and shoot it, and I might even just do this one on this video to see what the hood kind of comes out like and carry on. I don't know what I have for thinner. I thought I had some, but I might just have acetone. I'm not really too sure what we can mix in there. So if we're going to bugger something, we might as well just bugger up 1 panel versus the entire car. I've never used this product before. Words to live by, DD Speed Shop. So I think that will be the plan. Maybe we'll end it by putting a couple coats on the hood just for fun. But for now, my life is gonna be relegated to bodyworking. So we'll just kind of keep on sanding, and maybe we'll break it up. Instead of having this thing 100% ready for paint, we'll scuff it and we'll paint the hood. And in the next video, we'll prep this one with you know, masking and all that sort of stuff, and then paint it. You know what I mean? That seems like a Camaro job. But for now, I got a bunch of fine sandpaper, like 300 grit and stuff like that. I'll probably just kind of put it on the random orbital and just knock all this off. And it's going to be what's going to be. I mean, this is all dry. Didn't react with any of that metal converting stuff. So we should be okay as far as I'm concerned. We gotta, yeah. I'm going to quit talking and start just randomly sanding whatever was blue and stuff, kind of with the finer sandpaper. And yeah, we'll have ourselves a prepped car here shortly. So I hit a few spots with the sander where there was some rust or hits or, you know, like filler splatter and all that. So that's all kind of taken down. Now what I'm going to do, I just have one of these Scotch-Brite, kind of a medium duty jobby. And we're just going to kind of scuff up everything. So very simple. I mean, you can see if you keep going, it'll go right through into the metal. So we'll just basically scuff it up. This is, I painted many times over this like e-coat stuff, and it seems like it's okay. We're just scuffing it so the paint will have something to kind of stick to. I'm not really too concerned. This is all bare, you know, right on metal, so we can't really warp it too bad or nothing. And honestly, a lot of me is just kind of done with it. So we're going to do this right quick. And once that's done, I'm going to do the whole car. The only thing that I'm not happy with is the tail pan. I have to do that yet. I think I'm going to put another coat of high build primer on it, and we'll deal with that on the next video when we're prepping the thing for actual paint, and kind of go from there. So I'll scuff this thing up right quick, and we're ready to maybe put a little bit of paint on that hood. Well, we'll try. Okay, so we got this thing all kind of scuffed down the whole way around. We did the roof, you know, I got in, whatever. It's good enough. Now what I haven't done, this is the tail pan. I put another coat of high build primer on there, so we'll let that dry, and I'll tackle that on the next video. So what I'm trying to accomplish, you can see here where the high build, it's kind of filled in the sanding scratches, so it's nice and smooth, but you know, that's what it does, a little liquid body filler. So we'll let that dry. We'll you know, sand that all. Gotta blow the garage out, clean everything up. That's a job for tomorrow, the next video. Maybe tonight. We'll see how motivated I am. Do all that, you know, sweep it up. We're not gonna go crazy, let's be honest. We'll dump some water on the ground, and that's that. I'm gonna take a bit of a break, and then we're gonna go in the other shop, and we'll prep that hood. We'll mix some paint up. Hopefully it'll go on nice. We'll get a good idea of what it's going to look like and call it a day. And then, yeah, tomorrow, like I said, lots of cleaning. I've been using this thing as a storage unit, so we got to get everything out of here, blow it all out. Like, it's just dust and crap everywhere. And then I don't know how much masking I'll really do. I mean, at the end of the day, I guess mask some of this trim maybe, but what's it matter if we get overspray in there? It's kind of irrelevant. Oh, there's dust everywhere. Have I mentioned I hate Bodywork? Okay, so here's the gear. This is the Poppy's Patina Hot Rod Black, which of course I've already messed up the can. It comes pretty simple. Hot Rod Black, 1 part catalyst, 1 part Unisolve. We had acetone, so that's what we're using. She's definitely black. Don't worry, we are using a wooden mixing device. We don't want to get no metal in there, right? And I'm just going to use El Cheapo. I literally just took it out of the box. Harbor Freight style gun. And we have this thing. I have it going through this contraption. People ask. This is the water separator, so it goes through all there and then back out. We'll regulate it at the gun. It calls for like 10 psi, which seems very low to me. I like kind of 30, 40. We'll see. I'm going to load this in the gun, put my mask on, and I don't know where my paint mask is, so I'll have to go find that or get one tomorrow for the car, and I'll see you over there. I've wiped it down and should be good to go. Okay, we got everything kind of set up here. We got a decent little fan on it. We'll see what happens. Now it recommends like a 75% coverage on the first coat. Let it flash off. Go again. So hopefully it'll go easy. It is flat black. Or satin black, sorry. Everyone hates it when I say flat. We'll do the hinges while we're at it. Across the front. That lays down easy. Oh, there's a dent in the middle. This cover's pretty damn good. It is black though. What should we use? Okay. Enough for a second coat. We'll let that sit. See how it dries. Look at that. Oh, there's a bunch of dents in it. Oh no. Alright, said give it 10-15 minutes. So I did. I definitely put more paint on that side than this side. But let's see what happens here. Well, I upped the gun pressure. I also forgot to do the back. Seems like it likes a little bit more pressure, at least I like it. You can definitely see the bodywork, but definitely covers a lot better than the second coat. Got just enough. I can probably do the inside of the hinges. Call her a day, I guess. Clean the gun. Let that harden up, see what happens. Whew, she's a little dinty. It's almost like someone didn't care to do the bodywork. Oh, the perfect amount of paint used too. We'll see in a bit when it's done. About an hour later, we're gonna let the heater run there, but I love this color. It is like fantastic. In the pictures, it almost looked like a more on the on the website, or it looked more like a grayish kind of color. But I see now that what it is it probably looks even a little gray now because of the light. But it is, I mean, it is absolutely black. And it went on just perfect. You can clearly see where there's some bodywork issues and stuff. And here you can actually see, well, probably the light just shows a little bit. It kind of looks like something there. So, mental note, what I'll probably do on the car, and I may just put one more coat on this. I'm sure if it dries for a full day, I can just scuff it and then put one more, like a heavy coat on there. It'll be perfect. But on the car, what I'll do is I'll spot paint the primer just real quick, and then I'll put 2 full coats on. I'm sure that'll hide it just perfect. I did like the higher pressure in the gun. I think it went on a little nicer, and that's just my own opinion. So realistically, if we can get away with scuffing the hood and giving it one more shot, I think we'd be really good. But that came out just absolutely fantastic. I can't complain about it at all. That was a pretty inexpensive kit for satin black, and a gallon and the hardener I had to, or the catalyst, I guess, whatever you want to call it, I had to buy. I supplied the reducer, but that's pretty good. I put it on pretty heavy, didn't have any runs. I can't complain about that at all. I think it's going to look fantastic. But that's a job for tomorrow and tomorrow's video. It's been a long day of sanding. I got tomorrow off so we can really make a lot of progress. I want to get that thing painted. Hopefully I can get it done early-ish in the morning. What do I do here? Oh, it's just dust. If I get it kind of done before noon, if I can get that painted, let it sit for a couple hours, then I'd like to put the hood and all that on the thing and make it look like a car. I don't know if I have enough stuff to glue the back glass in. We have side glass to put in, and oh, it's just exciting. It's going to look like a car. I'm very, very excited about that. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, putting up with the sanding. Tomorrow, or the next video, should be really fun. This was exciting, but how many more times can I say exciting? Comment below. Subscribe to the channel and all those things, and thanks again for supporting this. It's without you guys, I'd probably be painting it with rattle cans. See you in the next one.